Hey folks, I wanted to do a quick video today on the Traxxas 4x4 VXL Stampede truck. Now this truck is definitely not something that's new. It's been out for quite a while, but I kind of like doing a video on a truck that's been out for a while and is still a good, fun running truck today. So if you're looking for something and you want to see and get different opinions out there, sometimes videos of an older truck that's still currently sold is good to check out. I had bought this used on eBay. I paid $375 for this. Now they sell these trucks today for about $449 through a good hobby shop or online. But the reason why I bought this was it came with a decent amount of hop-up parts already. It came with 2 LiPo chargers, a LiPo battery, this body, the stock body. It came with the stock wheels and tires. It came with these trenchers, Proline trenchers, which are basically brand new. And I'll show you some of the other upgrades that it came with. This truck came with the aluminum shock caps. It came with the RPM, the blue RPM arms. It came with MIP CVDs in the back and the Traxxas blue aluminum hub carriers in the rear. When I bought this, I wanted to have a project truck. I kind of like to do that. I like to buy something that's used, get a decent price on it, and make it run even better than new. And that's basically what I did here. This truck, the only thing that I added to this truck was I added a chassis because the chassis was a little beat up. I added a rear skid plate underneath. I completely rebuilt all 4 shocks, added a front bumper, and that's it. That's really all. When I got this truck, and some of you guys may recognize it from eBay because it was pretty recent. When I got this truck, it looked good with the pictures on eBay, but it was obvious when I got it that the owner, the previous owner, had really put it through its paces. There was a lot of rust. Every screw was rusted. Even the chassis that came with it was stained with rust. So they ran it through a lot of water. And I mean, these trucks are meant for that. So that's kind of what you get when you buy something used. But for $375, I sold the LiPo chargers that came with it. I sold the Traxxas LiPo battery that came with it. So it brought the cost down quite a bit. And then, like I said, what I added to it was somewhat minimal. There were a couple bearings I added, and one of the biggest things I added was a stainless steel screw set for this. And I also added the fan. Now, when I got this, I ran it, and first thing that happened to this truck, and again, this is why I caution buying something used, the motor didn't last longer than 1 battery pack. The magnets inside the motor had fallen apart. Now this is a slightly older truck because the motor that was in there was the 2-pole motor, if you guys remember that. And I packaged it up, sent it back to Traxxas, and they sent me a brand new brushless motor for it that's in the truck right now. So this is the VXL 3S electronic speed control with the Valenian motor, and I believe that it is the 4-pole, and it runs great. You know, the shocks are awesome now after the rebuild, and it's a lot of fun. This truck is a tremendous amount of fun because of its narrow wheelbase, its short wheelbase. It makes it a blast to run and have a good time with, and it is running on 3S. And one other thing I wanted to point out and show you guys when I got this truck, the speed control. When I unwrapped the speed control, there was electrical tape around the wires of the speed control. Here's what I found. So as you can see from that picture, that is what you get when you buy used. So you have to really kind of expect that, which I did. I've been doing this for a long time, so I kind of wasn't shocked. That is kind of how radio control is today. People just the attention to detail. I mean, if anything, if you don't have good soldering skills or equipment, then you should take it to somebody who does. Because now the way I have it, with the new connectors, I mean, the efficiency is so much better. The power transfer is going to be better from the battery to the speed control, and it's a lot safer. So those are some of the things that you have to look for and you have to expect when you're buying used. And again, no fault to the previous owner. They may just not have had skill set. But anyway, this truck is in better than new condition. It runs great, and it is a lot of fun to run. And it's definitely a good truck. If you're thinking of getting a Traxxas electric 4x4 Stampede, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun to run this truck, and there's a lot of accessories for it. And I think that might have been everything that I added to this truck. Other than that, that's it. A lot of fun. A little bit of body rub on there. Plan on getting a new body anyway. Sounds like something might be slipping in there, but just a side note, one thing I've definitely noticed with these trencher tires is that there's a lot of I don't know, gosh, there's a lot of like almost wobble to them. So I don't know if they're it's just the oversized tires for this. I'm gonna have to try to run it with the stock tires on it just to see exactly what the differences would be. But there's a lot of vibration that comes from these larger tires, and of course you heard the scraping on the body. So there's some body rub with it because it does narrow it up even a little bit more because of the wide stance of these tires. But you can almost hear it, especially coming from the front. You can hear some wobble from the front wheels. So let's take a listen, see if you can hear it. It's a little hard to hear, but when you're going full speed, you can definitely hear that vibration coming from the front. But it definitely has a lot of power. Not bad for a 3S. A little challenging trying to drive and video at the same time. All right, folks, well, that's it. That's the Traxxas VXL 4x4 Stampede monster truck. Brushless system running on stock gearing. One thing I did learn that I wanted to pass along was the back wheelie bar, because it did come detached. It has different settings on here depending on how high you want the wheelies, the front wheels, to get off the ground. And I learned this just today. I didn't know about it, but it can connect to different points. It can connect down here low. It can go to different points here, and that's just gonna determine how much you're going to be lifting those front wheels off the ground. I'm going to set it all the way back to here. So there's some crazy wheelies. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Get out there, have some fun, and we'll talk to you soon. I definitely like the wheelie bar set to the highest position. This way it does give you some crazy wheelies, makes it a little bit more fun, but it's all about fun.